Here.
Student Association for School Information. Student Bar Association. Student Engineering Council. Undergraduate Architecture Student Council. Undergraduate Business Council.
Here.
Undergraduate Geological Society. Youth Community Student Association. Undergraduate Studies Association.
All right, we're going to move on to organizational announcements. Is there a representative from the Texas Leadership Summit present? No.
Everybody, how's everyone doing today? So first off, this is like one of the first times in my life I feel very, very underdressed. Second, next Saturday, the Dean of Students Office, GLIE, LEI, and Student Government are putting together the Texas Student Leadership Summit, which is a really great opportunity for leaders across campus, all included, to come out here an entire day full of amazing speakers, amazing student panels. We've got an alumni panel with local business owners coming in, possibly a couple state representatives coming in and talking about leadership in their lives that they learned on campus. We've got a student panel of student organizations coming in and talking about leadership that they use in their everyday lives. We've got Paul Wesselman coming out. He's a nationally renowned speaker, nationally renowned working with organizations, nationally renowned about getting organizations to talk about branding, about how they present themselves to others. It's going to be really, really great. There's free food and free food. So definitely head over to deanofstudents.utexas.edu. On the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see the link for it. There's still a few spots available. We're booking it at 300. Last time I checked it, there were 274, but there's still some spots open. It'd be really great if we had great stuff showing out there. It's going to be a really great opportunity. Sorry, I feel kind of tired, but trust me, it's a lot more fun than I am right now. So coming out.
Peter Shank and Mackenzie Dunn come forward from Texas Art Attack.
Okay, so to start telling you all about this, I looked up some art jokes. The best one I could find was Van Gogh walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Do you want a drink?" And he says, "Oh, no thanks, I've got one here." And that was the best one I've ever. But we, Oliver and I, wanted to start an organization that would be an art appreciation club. So
Essentially what the deal is we want to appreciate the Austin art scene because we live, it's one of the most artistic cities in the nation, so why not appreciate it? So what we do is we have many events a month. They're all like coming at your feet, something inspiring things, just setting up museum visits, concerts, things of that nature. So if you enjoy art in any way, but none of you can say you don't, in my opinion. So
yeah, our info sessions are February 21st and the 22nd, and we have little postcard flyers to give you.
they're in the back on the table.
Yeah, for more information. So thank you, guys.
Organizational announcement with Bobby Jenkins from Undergraduate Research Journal. Please come forward.
Sorry, that was an awkward wave after an all-nighter, which apparently I forgot how to pull after freshman year, but I was ready to wait last night. So the Undergraduate Research Journal, again, as you can see, I've said it, but first I should put things in front of the agenda. Not that I don't love you, but I would pull another all-nighter, so I have to be prepared. And I was so excited to speak with you today because we did extend our deadline to February 29th at 12 noon. So yeah, make sure you watch the clock so we can cut it off. Also, we're going to be sending out an email. I sent it to Michael with the call for papers that will be extended. I really hope that more people start submitting. Right now we're close to the goal that we had set. We made it here 150 submissions anyway, but I want people to keep on submitting because there's so much research that's being done on this campus, and to be able to display that in the most positive manner by being published, of course, it's going to look good on any sort of graduate organization. If there are any questions, you can email me at editor-in-chief@texasurj.com or just go to our website. And then if your students in college don't know what a good paper is, or if they have questions about the manuscript guidelines or anything, they can feel free to email me. And like my phone is super glued to my hand, so I'll reply in a couple minutes. But yeah, so I'm more than willing to help anybody that's looking to submit a paper. So get in touch and
going to move on to the special report for this evening with Meredith McGraw from PSAC. Please come forward.
I'm Kivia Zargahi.
semester, the students, they research their project and they pick one where it has the most likelihood of succeeding. The spring semester, once they've gotten their approval of which project they're going to go on, or which country they're going to help, they start designing the actual project itself and submit a budget and fundraise the whole thing. And it's mostly student-led with the professor to kind of oversee their work. And then in the summertime, they get to implement. So right now, the engineers have established 2 or 3 wells, and they've been able to give clean water to almost 2,000 people in Africa and Peru. So it's a great program, and we want to expand it to another college. So Judy is going to take the POO.
So we divided up into POO, what was more wise, so we can go through it really quickly. It was created, or it was co-founded by Dr. Junior Elsie. She is currently a mechanical engineering professor and also the vice provost of the international office. And so it makes sense that she started a program for her students. And because she was the vice provost of the international office, she had that international touch base. So she was one of the co-founders, and currently, as Alyssa said, it is only open to engineering and social work students, and it is a great program, and so we want to expand it to other colleges, such as liberal arts, education. It's really, I feel like any service can be connected to any kind of college.
And we would ideally like to implement this program starting in fall of 2013. So that's a tentative deadline, but that's what we're shooting for. And the countries that these groups of people would go to is completely contingent upon which school we're talking about. So communication decides they want to go to Peru, they would go there. It just depends on the college. There is no list that we have going on right now.
And then just to kind of wrap up the why, just to share kind of my heart and vision for this project, we really wanted students to get this opportunity to take study abroad and take academic service learning and bring it to a whole new level to where it's specifically project-based learning. So that it's not just about the students' experience, but it's about actual results and what we can get done. And to take UT's motto and really put it into practice, taking what students learn in the classroom and changing the world with it, and tangibly leaving behind a legacy for UT students that are going to carry with them when they go into the business world or whatever profession that they're going to be in later on in life. So that's just a little bit about what this program is. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be contacting some of the councils where it's arguably sometimes maybe easier to transfer. Instead of just being engineering, we may contact the College of Education for Natural Sciences. But any college is absolutely welcome to jump on this bandwagon and partner with us. We're starting with one, but again, we'd like to expand this all of them. So if you have any questions, my email is on the next slide, and I can stick around at the end if you have any questions we can talk through further. Yeah, so that's just our first vision, and we look forward to working with you guys in the future. Thanks for your time. We'll now move on to regular guests. Is there a representative from the Graduate Student Assembly here?
I guess that's me. I know I'm not Manny or Reed, so I apologize, but neither of them were available, so I'll give our updates. Basically, we don't really have too much going on. We had I could only describe as a vigorous debate about our election code last night. We passed that, and we passed some changes to our Constitution. But our big stuff coming up is we're planning a 5K about 2 weeks in front of the Longhorn Run, so you should sign up for that. Details are still, okay, yeah, Natalie puts it, it's training for the Longhorn Run. But details are still in the works, but there'll be more about that in a couple weeks, I'm sure. And we also have started talking about maybe trying to get sort of an academic seal shirt sold at the co-op. It's way early stages, but the idea is, at least for grad students, when you're 36 years old, and if you're 8 years your PhD, maybe you don't want to wear a shirt that says it sucks. So, I mean, I don't mind, but not everybody does. So it's really preliminary. If you have any sort of ideas on that, you should email Manny, because it's sort of a great child. So his email address is on your agenda. That's really all we have. If anybody has any questions, direct them to them. Good.
I spent almost all of the camp down at the UT system with Mandy, the president of GSA, and the System Student Advisory Council, loads of fun, but believe me. We passed a few things as a group. The chairs of the committees from the System Student Advisory Council in May are going to go present to the Board of Regents. I chair the Legislative and Financial Affairs Committee. Our two recommendations, one is concerned with basically listening to student groups and their input with the referendum and tuition setting process on campus. The issue has been primarily not one on this campus, but primarily UT Dallas and UT San Antonio. Both, long story short, both their campuses passed referendums to raise a fee, and the system wouldn't even hear that, like the Board of Regents wouldn't even hear that before they take a vote on it, which we think is, disingenuous to the student opinion process. And so we're calling for them to take a little bit of a closer look at student opinion when it comes to things, and be more transparent in their budget settings. So that's the recommendation I'll make in front of the board. As far as academic affairs go, both of the recommendations we had out of that committee don't actually very much impact UT Austin. The primary one is encouraging the other campuses to go through course transformation, and they're sort of using our model because we're really the only ones that are sort of down that path. And so we had a really robust conversation about hybrid courses and course transformation, but that's primarily what's coming out of the academic side of the System Advisory Council. If you have any questions or want to see those recommendations written out, shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to send them all to you, but really making that presentation in May. A few other things, student government legislation-wise, we're hearing some legislation was introduced to new business on Tuesday and to old business next week to have a fall break. A lot of our comparison schools have a fall break. It's a calendar issue regarding lab credits, but the representatives that are looking into that are going to meet with a lot of people from hopefully the Faculty Council Calendars Committee and a lot of different folks on campus to get feedback. But a lot of comparison schools that are similar in size and scope to usually actually do have fall breaks, and so our representatives are curious why we don't. So if y'all have any questions about that, let me know. Again, I plugged this last time. If you want to run for a student government position or you want to run for a union board position, union board, those positions, the filing deadline is actually Friday at 4 p.m. in the union executive director's office, which is on the fourth floor. And if you want to run for an SG position, that filing deadline is Monday at, I believe, noon. So if you want to represent your college or university at large, please check it out. We have lots of fun on Tuesdays. When Michael was talking about their election code, when he told me that they had a robust debate, it says we went SG on our election code. So we have lots of fun on Tuesdays. If you want to join us, sign up for the Texas Leadership Summit. This is a joint effort between student government and GLIE, the Learning Students Office. We're hosting a big leadership summit so you can come learn about different tracks of student leadership. And there's going to be a really wonderful keynote speaker and lots of different panels. That will be Saturday, February 18th. You can sign up on the Media Students webpage. Actually, signups are getting near to being full. So if you're interested, I think there will be about 60 slots left out of about 300 as of yesterday. So if you want to come to the Texas Leadership Summit, please sign up as soon as possible on the Media Students website. We're excited. Wellness Network, the Wellness Network General Committee is going to be meeting on March 1st from 11 to 1. I will keep covering that because we'd love to have as many people as possible come. But Wellness Network, the general meetings are open to anyone, so I hope some of you are interested in campus wide wellness. I have office hours. I forgot to mention this last time. I have SG President office hours at noon on Wednesdays. So if you want to keep your meeting lonely, you can lunch with me on Wednesdays, that would be great. I'm more than happy to take that time to answer any questions that you have, or you can pick my brain or come yell at me about something that SG's done. I don't really care, but come and use that time. I'm sitting in my office, come hang out. The other quick things, I'm sorry this is taking a little bit. Longhorn Run. Has anyone else registered other than like Victor and myself? Awesome. Oh, more. Okay, yes. I want to see more hands raised the next time I come. It's going to be awesome. Treat the GSA 5K as a training run. It's a 5K, so it's 3 miles on April 1st, and you have 2 weeks to recruit to 6 miles. It's going to be awesome. If you want to train with me, like I'm more than happy to help. And Loose Locker is actually sponsoring training groups, and that's our race agency. So if you don't know how to run, or you know how to run, if you're not a runner and you want to get up to the level where you can run a 10K, Loose Locker is having training groups. That's our race agency. I would encourage all to sign up for the Longhorn Run webpage. It's going to be super fun. If you want to come to a student government open mic night, not kidding, members of student government will be on the microphone. We're also having the ranks and notes. There will be real talents up there as well. We're having an SG open mic night and social hour in the Cactus Cafe from 5 to 7 on February 21st, that's a Tuesday. So it's the 2 hours before an SG meeting. We would love to have a lot of you. And there's so many things. I'm sorry. Oh, so this is the last thing. If y'all might have gotten an email this afternoon letting you know that UT Austin is becoming a tobacco-free campus as of March 1st. Did everybody get that email? Okay. So the Cancer Prevention Research Institute of Texas has basically said that it will no longer give funding to institutions that do not have working over the course of the past week to make sure that students are going to be at the table in the conversations about the policy implementation. So I've been assured that there will be a lot of student input as that policy is being formed. But just so you all know, that is going to happen. It's in the process. It's happening very quickly, a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. But as of March 1st, City is back on campus. So I would welcome any input that y'all have on how that should be implemented. We have a little bit of time to talk about it, but there will be a lot of student input to talk about how to do that actually. So that's really interesting. I know that did not give us a surprise to a lot of people, myself included. I didn't think it was going to happen that quickly. But if you have any questions on any of it, sorry for rambling and talking quickly. I don't think it's time. But does anyone have any questions before I peace out? No? Okay. Happy Thursday.
So now we move on to executive reports. The first item under my executive report is actually Michael Daney is going to give an update on sort of what happened in the President's Committee meetings. I'm hoping to add this to the agenda every week, and the presidents will all volunteer to sort of explain in their view what happened and what was discussed, just so the whole assembly is aware of the conversations that are happening. So, Michael.
Krista said that one of us was going to have to present, and I naively volunteered to be the guinea pig, so it's only uphill from here. But we talked about a lot of fun stuff on last Thursday. The one that I think will probably be the most valuable for all of you is trademark and licensing, which is something that we touched on a little bit. For all the councils I know, and those of you that are involved in other student boards, T&L can be quite difficult to work with on making t-shirts or promotional items and that kind of stuff. And so we had a very good discussion about kind of how to improve that process and make it more student board friendly. Because after all, we are students at the University of Texas, so we should be able to, I think, throw a lot more on our stuff. So it was a very good conversation. And if you have thoughts about that, or I know Natalie specifically is looking for kind of some horror stories, maybe if you have them, about dealing with T&L. If you have any of those, please send them to one of the presidents or Natalie or Carissa, so we can kind of have a robust conversation about that. And the other thing, sort of unrelated to the president's meeting, is our buddy council, business council's buddy council is Fine Arts, and we went this week to visit them, and it was an awesome experience for us to kind of see how different our two councils are, but how we're both doing really good things for UT. So I just want to encourage those of you who, like us, waited until second semester to engage your buddy council to do that, because we really got a lot out of it, and I think you will too.
All right, the next thing is yesterday, a few of our members, Emily and myself included, took a trip to Texas A&M and just watched one of their Senate meetings. A few things that were striking that I just wanted to bring up to the Assembly. They have a really different culture about their meetings. They're pretty boisterous. If you've ever watched the YouTube videos, they debated in the past illegal immigration. They talked about all kinds of issues. Last night was pretty tame in terms of the issues that were covered. One thing that I thought was really striking, you can park for up to 2 hours on their campus. You can insert a certain amount of money in the meter. It's like the meters that are all around Austin, where you can select how much time you'd like to stay, sort of like the law school ones. But I thought that was really cool. They had some legislation about parking meters. They had some things about putting a speed bump in a certain part of the campus so motorcyclists wouldn't run over pedestrians. It was definitely more on the student life side of things that a lot of the legislation was geared to, but it was very interesting to see the culture and just how it's different, how they discuss their administration, how they discuss the Aggie Honor Code and Aggie values. And it came up more than one time discussing the difference between traditional Aggie values in the military sense and then the new Aggie values as they transition to the SEC. So it was a really interesting meeting. If you have any thoughts on, I know y'all, if you have any thoughts on that, let me know, and you want to hear any other feedback on sort of how their meeting went. But we'll be in touch with them throughout the year and hope to maintain that relationship. The next thing is regarding signature courses. In a meeting that I was in yesterday, Undergraduate Studies Advisory Committee meeting, we discussed the signature courses, and they were talking about having a new policy in which first-year students, you would be required to take a signature course in your first year, and you would have a registration bar if you did not. This at first came up as, this at first came up because they were really concerned about the bottlenecks that are happening and how many juniors and seniors are taking those courses later on down the road. But one thing that we did bring up is sort of discussing, it kind of turned into a conversation of the quality of signature courses, why students elect to take them a little bit later. So if you are a freshman and you took a signature course, I would love to hear some feedback from you on how that went, what the structure of the class was like. There are, I think, 4 different objectives that they have that they want met in each signature course. So sort of if your signature course met those 4 objectives, and just in general what your experience was like. If you decided to wait to take a signature course, I'd also love to hear feedback on that, why you decided to make that decision. So please contact me if you have any feedback on your signature course experience. The next agenda item is Invest in Texas. We'll be meeting this Sunday at 12 noon. So write that down, come out. We'll be talking a lot about what it will look like next year, sort of what our policy platform is this year, and how that will look as the interim charges shape up, and then what that will look like inevitably in the next session. So that's all that I have. Emily, do you have anything? Barbara, appropriations.
Hey y'all, so starting not next year, but the year after that, we will definitely have financial directors giving quick updates like mine did for presidents, but for last financial director meeting and for the next one, we focused mainly on appropriations, so I quickly wanted to turn your attention to the last page of your package, in which you'll be able to see that we appropriated a little bit over $4,000. As you know, last semester our goal was to appropriate more than we had the year before, and we have, but we're looking to get more organizations to spend the money. So just kind of go through this entire list. If you have any questions, feel free to email me afterwards. I guess the big winner was OXE, Omega Chi Epsilon. They're doing really cool work with textbooks for students that are in the top 20% of chemical engineering, 2-year other students that are really looking forward to it. So they're kind of starting a new library, so I thought it was a really cool initiative. Thanks to all the FPs that came out. Again, they sat in the room for 5 hours and they ordered some pizza, so it was a pretty good deal. If there aren't any questions about appropriations now, just feel free to email me afterwards. And otherwise, make sure that if you have any organizations in your college that did receive appropriations, that you remind them that the spending workshop, which is completely optional, highly recommended, is tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the SAC conference room, the Esterson Conference Room, where we'll be able to explain to them how exactly to spend your money, black and white copies, trademark and licensing, and paperwork in general. So encourage them to come out to that. Thanks.
I'd just like to make a plug for an event that is hosting more than 2 weeks from now on February 28th. Right next door to the Black Box Theater, we'll be hosting Senate's second Senate Tea. If any of you are familiar with how House Coffees work, it's kind of that same feel. We'll have refreshments there and just general conversation. The topic this year, sticking with what seems to be a pretty recurring theme, is financial aid. And we're not going to be talking about the tuition side so much, but just how students are able to get scholarships and apply for financial aid, just in general how the cost of college is affecting the student experience here at UT. We'll have a representative from the financial aid office to give a brief presentation, but we want this to be a real open forum. The first Senate TV had was on plus minus rating, and I know Meredith took a few of those recommendations and thoughts back to PSAC. So we're really looking for this to be an impactful event, so please publicize this to your councils and organizations so that a lot of people come out. So thanks.
Over your email from @mail.utexas.edu. Please do so. The university, I believe this Saturday, is ending those emails. And if your email on the listserv that I send you emails is still @mail, you need to update me so you'll still get emails.
Francisco? Oh, is not here, so Barbara is going to give the At-Large of the Week update in his stead.
So I'm really excited about this week's At-Large of the Week because I got to know him over a few breakfasts. This new At-Large of the Week is a fantastic member of Senate, and this was more of a decision based on his entire performance and enthusiasm for the entire year. So I'm pleased to announce that this week's At-Large of the Week is Timo Gorda. And I'd love to
we nominated Dima as At-Large of the Week, and we did this for a couple reasons. One is he always does his tasks to the best of his abilities, and he always completes them. And not only that, whenever he wants to do more, he asks us. because he loves what he does, and also he wants to make our job as easy as possible. And another reason is that he has truly grown as a leader. From the very beginning, it's amazing how much he's grown. It's great.
Yeah, and I'm recently just blown away with the initiative he's taken. I multiple occasions have gone into class and had a missed call from him and a minute-long message, 2-minute-long message about everything he's done, who he's called, who we should follow up with continually. So he's definitely gone above and beyond, and it's definitely made, as Mark said, our life very easy and has helped tremendously with Ready, Set, Go, along with school bus and everything. So I just really
executive updates? All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to unfinished business with the authors of SR 1111. Please come forward to give a brief presentation.
Hi y'all. Unfortunately, it's just going to be me and Lisa this week. Alex has a prior commitment for Model UN in Houston tonight, so that's fun. With that, we haven't changed anything. We haven't stripped anything from the legislation.
So we'll open the floor to 15 minutes of discussion and debate. Any thoughts, strong opposition, amendments, feelings, or general?
We go on.
Yeah. Well, 82. It's all 82.
Yeah.
Okay.
82 is one.
Okay.
So a lot of people look at the idea of asking professors to set their syllabus or what's their English for a 3-year period. So one of our members proposed an amendment that would get around that. So last time we could start that and change the 3 departments and colleges when considering what course materials to adopt. So make every possible effort to ensure that the materials adopted should be adopted over a long time period.
That is a friendly amendment.
Yes, I do.
All right, so the new wording is as written on the screen. We'll continue discussion and debate on the resolution now.
I just want to clarify that line 70 about senior track is already understanding that was out.
Yes. Sorry, it's not the. Is it still in the? Okay. Yeah, it is. Has been stricken.
So just to note, line 70 has been removed as well as 71. That was a decision that was made and the updated version didn't get to that, so I apologize for that. All right, we'll continue discussion and debate on SR 1111. Are there any other thoughts?
I just have a concern with this timeline of turning it in based on this item just regards to active level courses like courses. So things like CMS 206 which every function business students take. And I'm sure that there are science and other courses that are not like graduate students. They usually don't find out until someone the first day of class or even like 2 or 3 days before class when they're even teaching it. And I know like anecdotal through like my graduate student professor didn't like the textbook, so she literally threw it out. And we all purchased a textbook, but she was assigned to a class in 2 days. And this is a regular purchase specifically through CMS. So I'm just concerned of like how this would be enacted for those professors because it is very prescriptive.
Yes. And Alex and I and Lisa talked a lot about this. That is one of the issues we're trying to resolve through this. Is that in the hope of putting textbooks out 30 days before registration, that there would at least be a consensus of what text you want to use. And in that, knowing that if you are a graduate student teaching it, the general...
There's typically graduate students don't even know what they're teaching it. Because they have applied to...
Right, but if, let's say, any graduate student taught it, they would use a specific book, hopefully. And I know that's what's happening now, but just trying to make all the faculty and staff understand that.
Would you like to propose a friendly amendment?
Looking forward.
but kind of on the point that was made about the grad students, as a grad student, setting that the timeline is just really does not work the way the university currently works, because a lot of times it's not just going to be TAs, but it's going to be assistant instructors, and those positions aren't filled until folks have applied and have been accepted, and that occurs after a lot of the course schedules are set. And so being an assistant instructor for graduate students is actually considered a tuition award, and so that process occurs way after registration is even done. So it'd be really difficult for an instructor that doesn't even know that they're teaching a class, because the class might not even exist yet, to have to set it before they even know who's going to be teaching it. And that takes away sort of the power of the graduate student as the assistant instructor to set the curriculum.
I mean, I guess the main thing is it's going to be a law, so that it's going to have to be done.
Just, yeah, to go off that, HB 33 basically says that you have to turn in textbooks 30 days prior to registration. I understand that for a graduate, that's 30 days. Thank you, this is registration, sorry. For graduates, I understand that that is like an extenuating circumstance, excuse me. And if you had an idea of how to incorporate that into this legislation, I'd be open to exploring that. But for the general sentiment, I think it's important for undergraduates specifically, to maintain this kind of suggestion from students that we want books earlier.
If I respond to that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to sort of be outlined here, but it's not so much the graduate students taking classes, but it's the graduate students teaching undergrads. And they, it comes into effect a lot. I mean, I'm in the School of Information, so we don't really have that many undergrads, but I know the way that it works in like the College of Liberal Arts. A lot of the rhetoric and writing classes and a lot that every undergrad has to take, those are taught by assistant instructors who then set the curriculum based on the guidelines that they sort of have. So it seems hard to say, okay, this class is always going to be taught with these textbooks, or at least we know we taught these textbooks, but we don't, or these books, but we don't know who's going to teach it, but we kind of hope that they will at least know these books too. So to me, it seems like it's taking away from the instructor's ability to set the curriculum in the individual class. If it's sort of a department, okay, this class, this course number is going to be teaching this, so good luck with it.
Do you have any ideas, proposed amendments, any amendments on how we can rectify that?
As far as this goes, I think I don't really know the best way to rectify it, but sort of the best concern would be to still give the individual instructor of a course the final say in it, because the way that it's worded, at least the way that I read it, is that it would become the department's responsibility to set it for courses within their department. But that takes away the power from the instructor. So I don't know if there's a way to rectify it. We don't know who our instructors are, but we need to have the course materials. I just don't really know if there's a good, easy way to do that.
Public Affairs Council had the same concerns that you just expressed based on the graduate school. So I think what we prefer is, I think we take our ball, positive but the intent is that the schools should make the best effort to do this, acknowledging that probably our certain districts so we draw hard and fast rules, hard and fast words, like shall, will, puts the school in kind of sense. And so, in that regard, I think we should use the carrot instead of the stick. And if we change the preamble, like it be something, just have to think about the words to kind of shame the administration to do something we should do as opposed to, protect the tenure or but if we just consider this, line 62, bear with me, we're moving the way it may sound. Where it says to resolve that in the spirit of leadership
administration, sincere concern, the faculty, the students of the university is strongly encouraged to exceed federal state compliance active university policy, which strongly encourages faculty to provide course material requirements in 30 days before registration.
Okay.
I don't know if it would be a friendly amendment. It really changed and prepared for the policy to run by. You've got to do it. If you don't, we're getting off. It's more of a characteristic approach.
Sure.
To acknowledge the fact that there are those kind of one-off circumstances that are a little bit intimidating.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. My only concern would be if we take that approach, it takes away from the professors that don't in undergraduate colleges that don't abide by this, and I would feel maybe continue to not do so after that.
My response to that is this. Maybe I'm wrong in my impression. My impression is that students are praised to a professor carry a whole lot of weight. And this legislation offers two questions that can be added to the professor appraisal. One, was the material relevant? The second one is, did you get it in time? And so that provides direct feedback from every single university as to those two components. That, I believe, those are taken into consideration. Professors,
maybe a better way to go about it is instead of changing the entire legislation and adding just another line item that focuses specifically on external circumstances and just address, for example, the graduate student or class that qualified graduate students that have blah blah blah. Like I'm right now doing the that instead of changing the entire legislation.
Yeah.
Would you like to propose a president?
Hey, do you have the language?
I
or is that
have no
just a
idea. I'm
suggestion?
saying that would be
Okay.
better to go about it.
I just actually have a question. So HB 33, which already requires professors to turn in their course materials 30 days after registration, does it include kind of this similar mandate for that the departments and professors have not done so by those to provide a 30-day mark that they do so for them?
I don't believe so, no.
So I guess my question is like just because the professor, like the professors doing it themselves, I think what we can do like to exceed the expectation of HB 33 was to ask that the department chairs and the professors have not done so in accordance with HB 33, that the department chairs and the departments prescribe the textbook 30 days after registration or 30 days before class registration.
If I understand what you're saying, you want
Something that's concurrently agreeing with HB 33.
as opposed to exceeding.
Exceeding the mandate, so it's not just mandating, so this requires professors to turn in a course material requirement before class begins. And that the department heads determine the course material that the instructor has not been designated by the 30-day mark.
Okay, what is your question then? If we can do that?
If we can add department.
Yeah. I just have,
Would you like to propose this as an amendment?
I don't know if I can because it contradicts the prior result. Because I have to further amend to line 62 through 68.
I just have a comment to clarify what HB says it's 30 days prior to the first day of class. That's what
We were just wondering if, whenever y'all were looking at setting out a off on books, did y'all look at online books? Because I know sometimes like if it's the same textbook in an online version, it can be $20 or $30 cheaper to start with. So if y'all did look at that, then why do your online book really that?
We went off of like, so are you familiar with the relationship with the co-op? The University of Texas has a legal relationship with the co-op. Basically, the co-op does all the lists for textbooks. So we went based off of that because it affects direct, like the University of Texas institution directly, as opposed to something we can't control in Amazon.com or anything like that.
I mean, I'm waiting for this
That's time for discussion.
Motion to extend, that is there, by how many minutes? 5. Second?
Sorry. So when I ordered my book online at the co-op, the nutrition book would get a physical copy and you get an online version.
Okay, yes, we did not include the online version. Okay, so I wasn't understanding. Yes.
Hi. Again, not to belabor the point, but as far as this legislation goes, registration is late April, right? I mean, this would basically be, you have to send in your textbooks basically by the end of March is sort of what this would occur, or the end of October, I think. No, the end of September. So the question that I have is, what happens if there's some new edition of a book that comes out that's like super critical? Because I know that's actually happened for us. A professor sent out a syllabus to like our listserv for our department, said, oh, if you take this class, we use this book. And then like right before the class started, a new edition came out. And it's like, well, no, actually, this is the updated stuff. Yeah. And I think it's more of a concern really for the STEM fields where stuff is rapidly changing. But it's just something to consider. If you put it in March and September, and the class doesn't start until August and January, then there's like a 4 or 5 month gap there between the new editions and stuff that come out. That's just a point to consider.
And that's where the language I feel has changed to shall to make every effort. So in that sense, I feel that you'd be welcome to change your textbook at that point.
Yeah, so I understand the wording, anyway, when you said, what you're trying to do, but just from all the talk that our council planning up here tonight, I would like to offer the amendment on line 62. Simply say that the university, instead of words, made every effort to exceed the federal and state, yada, 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 until by enacting a university policy that strongly encourages material requirements be turned in 30 days prior to before registration.
Okay. Yes, I do. Yes, Linda.
This may be like a narrow perspective, but on line 76 it says the course number making every effort to have the same materials. I'm a Plan 2 major, and every Plan 2 major freshmen are supposed to be in a class, world literature, that has the same code, but we have 13 different classes, and we choose the classes based upon what books we read. So if the textbooks, the novels that we read are the exact same in all those classes, then it takes away the actual purpose of the class, and it's a year long, and so I just think that's something else to consider, just because there's a lot of classes out there that have the same course number, but have totally different fields.
And that's where it says the topic.
So that's why we added a topic in there, because that was specifically mentioned.
So it could be, make this up, English 301, like the American novel, but it's specific on the American journey, like through literature. So in that, it has the same course number, English 301, but the topic through the American journey is different.
Okay, well the topic's the same. Like it's the same like in the book, but it's just within each class it's different. So I don't know.
So the general topic is different in that sense.
Sorry?
Author friendly, and then that's being helpful. As a CYA, we can list the same course number, topic, and description.
Okay.
Because when you click on a class registration, the description is always different depending on the content.
Okay.
Also on that point, again, not to belabor it, but is this topic in the sense that the registrar defines it? Because the registrar has a specific definition for topic and topic definition. Because if it's different subject matter, then the topic could be the same, but with different subject matter. So not to be technical, but like to the registrar, topic means something. So they'll have the same course number, topic 2, topic 3, topic 12, topic 14. So like they mean something specific in the registrar system.
We went out from a general, like the general.
Abroad.
Yeah, not the.
Okay. Well, I can't offer a present, but I might.
I think description would help that situation. Because are they, I mean, the classes are described by what they are in the course description, correct? Like in your class, is it?
Time is expired, you can finish that first.
I was just going to ask, in your class, is it different descriptions?
It's the same exact like description, but like when we get the packets, the books are just different. So I mean, I don't know what.
Is there a motion to extend discussion to me? Again, all those in favor of continuing discussion to me? Aye. Nay.
Josh.
Yeah, so based off what I've heard, I would recommend that before the meeting resolve 76 be changed to even at the description, I think that it's not necessarily clever. So I understand what you mean, but I think
You have a, or change to offer ideas?
Okay, sandwiches. I'd like to offer friendly amendment on line 76 so that it reads resolved. Courses with the same course number, topic, and specific course content shall adopt the same course materials.
What about that course content?
We'll certainly fit I'm okay with that. Okay. I'm okay with that, yeah.
Any other discussion today?
And did you have a question?
I was going to suggest something.
I just have a comment. I feel like a lot of the councils like the idea, and this is really bad to me, but I feel like the wording of the resolution just kind of changes every so often to the point where it's not really consistent throughout the resolution. It's not really saying what I feel the council wants to say.
Okay.
So I just want to say I love the idea, but at this point it's kind of a little bit dumb.
Sure, yeah, no, I'm getting that feeling as well. We can.
All those in favor of tabling SR 1111 until next General Assembly, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The chair calls division, so I'd like to move to roll call vote. So please. Communication Council. Right, they're not supposed to be so vote as needed. Communication Council. Education Council. Finance Council. Graduate Public Affairs Council.
Aye.
Liberal Arts Council. Aye. National Sciences Council. Pharmacy Council.
Aye.
Social Work.
Aye.
Student Engineering Council. Undergraduate Business Council.
Nay.
UT Nursing Student Association. Aye. Undergraduate Studies Council. Aye. So the motion carries. This will be tabled until the next General Assembly. So please take this back to your councils yet again. And just if you did want the division, it's 6-5. So 6 in favor of tabling, 5 in favor of not. So yes.
Just to clarify, can we take it back with the friendly amendments?
Take it back. So an updated version will be sent out. All right, seeing no more unfinished business, we're going to move on to new business.
Hey guys, my name's Stephen Michael Vincent. I'm an at-large of the curriculum committee. All right, so SR 1112 in support of creating unofficial online transcripts. I'm going to start off with a little background. Currently, the policy at UT is to give an unofficial transcript. The only way you can do that is to go to the registrar's office, pay $10, and to get a hard copy. There's actually no service right now for which you can access an online transcript. So the purpose of this legislation is to encourage the implementation of a system that would actually allow students to access their unofficial online or unofficial transcripts online. And really, to sum up this legislation, it really is going to elaborate and enumerate on the many benefits that students would take from this, as well as the registrar and advisors. So looking at the whereas statements, lines 1 through lines 12, this is really looking at what Committee 125 is suggesting and urging, is that informed and effective academic advisement, both on a formal level, but more so and probably more applicable on an informal level. It urges that it's crucial to not only increasing four-year graduation rates, but to making students more responsible for their education. So moving down to lines 14 through lines 24, this is really talking about where unofficial online transcripts will be an invaluable tool to supplement the current system of IDAs. Realizing this won't replace the interactive degree audits, but that it will supplement them as a tool to better have better discussions between students and allow them to have more responsibility. That's what those lines are discussing. Lines 26 to lines 40, this is really going to where students, advisors, and the registrar can expedite the process and kind of get rid of this students having to go to the registrar, paying the money to get the hard copy or unofficial transcript, and having to actually wait through that. Rather, students can simply access their unofficial online transcripts. And then lines 42 through 48, the last whereas statements, many of our comparison schools have already implemented comparable systems where they have access to unofficial online transcripts, some of them going back even to 1985. So going to the resolve statements, lines 50 through lines 56, this is basically saying we should issue unofficial online transcripts for students for a couple purposes, be that financial aid, scholarships, insurances, all these things that unofficial online transcripts would assist in. Lines 58 to 66. This is actually something I'd like to take out, but it appears this is where it's stating that students who have current financial and disciplinary bars will be not allowed to access their unofficial online transcripts. At first glance, I really view these as a reward, but upon reassessing, I think that it's more as a tool for the students, so they should be allowed to access it at all times. And that's SR 1112.
Clarification on the resolve statement 54. For the description, the fact that you state that we in their scholarship financial aid insurance purposes, it's nice we also see requests from employers. Sometimes they don't ask for official transcripts, so just maybe adding that in there.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, on the same line 54. So it says unofficial online transcripts should be issued to students. You guys mean on request? Or
issued to students, well, really the system that I'm hoping to implement is that since it would be online, it's if the student wants to access it, they simply go online and can access it.
Okay, so that's kind of unclear. Would you do
Okay. Would you rather say something like should be available to students
Yeah,
or available upon request?
that's probably more direct.
Okay.
Also to clarify the issue to students, what's your idea of how, if they want to send it to employers, the financial aid scholarships, that needs to be sent to people, is there a way for this to go through that, or do they have to go to the office to do that?
I think currently this legislation wouldn't necessarily look at how it's being sent to employers potentially. I think that's still have to go through a process of using the unofficial transcripts, the hard copies, to actually be mailed to them. But I think that's definitely something we can look into.
Because the fact that you talk about scholarships financially in there, it makes sense that you put it in there. Otherwise, I would think that line out.
So one way to fix that would be to add something specifying that it be available for download as PDF format or something like that. Would you like something to specify that? Okay.
Honestly, I can't think of any cons. I think
it's a pretty no-brainer issue. I mean,
yeah.
The only thing is it just has to be implemented.
My question kind of goes off of my list, because I know all this is going to use maybe for ideas, but do you know why it's not currently like that?
I don't honestly know why they currently don't have that system in place. I think it's more the fact that they haven't visited that area.
I think it has a lot to do with the IDA system and the course schedule system being outdated and not updating it regularly. So with a lot of the changes that are going on, this should be.
Just a question.
Okay, well, I have not met with the registrar's office yet, mostly because I think that they will be receptive to this idea and that it will supplement the IDA, but that would be the next step upon passing, would be going to the registrar.
Yeah, if it passes, we'll take it to the registrar.
So, as it stands right now, the unofficial transcript costs $10.
The hard copies, yes.
Okay, so, and the official one also costs.
Actually, I believe the unofficial is a great the official is.
Okay.
You guys thought about maybe, because I don't know, we also do course summaries of those.
I'm not sure if course summaries would be sufficient for like the things like financial aid for insurance purposes. I think that they would serve a different purpose though.
Also, a lot of scholarships require unofficial survey or unofficial transcripts specifically. So that's another reason.
But it wouldn't be like that hard to like add that on, right? You know, if you want to download another transcript, and since they're all already downloaded, maybe if you want to apply for the financial aid,
I'm not sure what the distinction is between a course summary and the unofficial transcript. I mean, I would say that an unofficial transcript is a course summary. Is there something specifically?
Yeah, it seems like everybody's been supportive there, so I want to move to fast track.
Alright, there's a motion on the floor to fast track SR 1112, and is there a second? All those in favor of fast tracking SR 1112, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Alright, is there a motion to approve SR 1112?
The things that I brought up, at least for those.
Yeah. Can we add that?
Yes. Alright, so we'll now move to open discussion and debate for SR 1112. Alright.
Those on line 54.
Yeah, so 54, friendly amendment, just to add, for insurance purposes, requests from employers.
And then I guess also the other one was for issues students
Should be made
available to students upon request or something like that.
Any other discussion and debate on SR 1112?
Can I just ask why we're that spreadsheet? Is this like on time production? I mean, I just know as far as our company revenue work is that very comfortable, not really comfortable with what we so there's no reason
SR 1113 with the authors please come forward to present.
Hey everyone, Casey McCoskey, at large on the curriculum committee, and Josh. So this is a pretty short, straightforward piece of legislation in support of displaying waitlist and enrollment details in the course schedule. So 7 through 22 are just about the current system or lack thereof. Right now when you register, you can't see the waitlist figures. So like if you're registering in those few precious moments after your registration opens and you've registered for a class and you're on the wait list and you're too late for it, suddenly you become like 18 out of 20 instead of 2 out of 20. So obviously those moments are pretty important. So allowing you to see those figures for how many people are currently on the wait list would probably help you make that or do that process a little bit easier. So yeah, 26 through 36, the resolve statements are basically you'd like to be able to see the enrollment figures and the enrollment cap. So how many people are in the class currently, if there's a wait list, how many people are on the wait list, and then finally how many seats are left until the class is determined to be closed.
Alright, that is the presentation. We'll now move to questions.
First of all, I also like this legislation, so really good job. But like in graduate fairs, sometimes we feel like we're hungry students, so a class would be open, but it would have limitations on which school can have seats, that makes sense. So it has to be split in fashion, so when you register, that they have to know which students you are, and which seats you're taking of the ones that are open. And this is all complicated. But I also ask, this is something I just don't know. Have you thought about or required how different would be this financial impact would be? It may be something simple, or maybe really complicated.
Right, well, all of this, the enrollment cap information in the enrollment information is already information that's kept in a database by the registrar's office. So it would be a matter of taking that and presenting it on the website. Technically, it's not a problem. It's the registrar has some development team, so it would just be a matter of. Another thing I just wanted to add by way of background is I served on the IDA subcommittee at JUD, which is the Degree Audit Policy Joint Development Group. So in the course of our research on IDAs, we found that a large number of comparable institutions, not necessarily our official list, but a lot of similar state schools do have this feature available on their course registration sites, and that's really kind of where the idea came from. So it's something that is very common. So we want to make sure that if there's no reason not to.
Yeah, I guess another question would be, I guess if there's such a large number of so many students registering at the same time, it would be great these people like on it. I mean, people did already, but now apparently you have to like be on the wait list to see whenever you're on the wait list. I don't know if it's like 50 people waiting for it to get down to one. I feel like that would like overload the system.
I feel like that's the way it is now, but yeah. Really, the intent is that students will make better registration decisions if they know that information ahead of time. So if you know that there are 50 people ahead of you, you might make a different decision than if you think there are only 2. And so we want students to make smart decisions and to be able to enroll in alternative courses as soon as possible if that's something that they need to do. And having this information would allow them to make those decisions.
Additionally, like you don't need to write down the unique number. Like under this, you don't need to write down the unique number for every class and try to register for every single class. Suits you.
Okay, so the change the way you register.
No, like meaning just like you would be able to see how many people are on the wait list. So instead of trying to guess your way through, okay, well, yeah.
Sometimes there's multiple sections of a class that are all waitlisted. You would know which one to sign up for. That way.
I was curious, I just want to follow up that the statement on line item 28, 82 was updated. Do you know how much it is going to be updated for us to see? They may have different, they may see constantly coming in, but as students, are we even seeing it updated within 5 minutes or a second?
Well, yeah, the intent of this is that every time you refresh, whatever information is updated in their database will be fed to the page. So it would be a live update as often as you update your present.
to know, we also include a little bit to allow you to see the enrollment cap. So if it says there are 30 seats, 15 are filled, the class is currently closed, I think you can infer that, well, there's still seats left, so I just have to wait for the proper registration time. I'm not sure if that's a specific, yeah, I'm not sure if that's specific to like this legislation. That problem already happened, so I don't know if this would add to that. Like, that seems like a time conflict where you can't register for a class, when you need to, so I don't really know if this is
I just kind of maybe clarifying what she was saying. I know, like in the economics department, they hold certain, like, their class will hold 15 spots for people with last names like A through G, 15 spots, and kind of like going on down. And that, I know that the last name has a lot to do with the time when you registered. So I think maybe the concern is like I see that there are 15 spots left in this class. But my registration time has already passed until, I don't really know how it works, but I know they stagger in really weird ways, so I feel like understanding the intent is to have people make more informed decisions about what classes to register for or be on wait lists, but I feel like that may kind of be a little misleading, and you think like, yes, there's 15 spots on the way, and you don't know that they're getting ready to open it up to a whole bunch of other people.
Oh, so you're saying like the student wouldn't put themselves on the wait list for that class?
I think the purpose of this is it's not to change how the registration process works. It's just to display all available information for that course. Just in the, I mean, it's not meant to mislead students in any way or to make them say, oh, I don't need to register for this right now because it's going to fill up. I think students know that that's in a very volatile situation through the registration process. So it's just to give as much information as possible.
So I see this legislation recommends adding this information to the course schedule, but I just want to state that we already have a CMI waitlist page where it's like manager waitlist, so I don't know if that might be a better option or to centralize information on waitlist.
Well, I don't think this is in any way would contradict that, and I think it would work with it. The idea is that on the course schedule, when you go on to look at a course next to its unique number, we just say enrollment cap. If it were closed, it would say the current waitlist. That way, you know that information coming into it, because you can only see, you can only go to see my waitlist tab if you're already on a waitlist. And the idea is that we want to give students the information that they need in order to decide to be on that waitlist. So I don't see that that would conflict anyone.
Also, do you know other universities do that?
We looked pretty thoroughly, actually, and I can attest to this. I mean, I looked pretty hard for universities that specifically detail on their websites. You are able to see how many people are in the classroom. You were able to see the waitlist. We couldn't find anything. If it helps, I talked to a friend of mine at UH, and she was kind of like surprised that we didn't have this because they had it. So,
and like I said, the research that we did with the Degree Audit Policy Committee, we researched probably in upwards of 20 different state schools that have similar characteristics to UT, and I don't know the exact figures, but a good number of them have this feature. But wouldn't you have that same problem if you went to, and you saw that it was open? I've never had this happen to you. So you said that how it is currently, you would show that it's open, you try to register for it, and it would let you? Is that what
or
you're
maybe
saying?
it'd be close to this.
Frustrating. I mean, I think that is
I would.
knowing rather than
would also suggest that you would show the current, whatever the current cap is, and that would be an example of the enrollment cap changing. So.
That's not necessarily about how much it would cost, but I'm just curious. I don't know what you're ready to charge for that. I didn't even know how this, how complicated, staggering all that is, and I just made sure to get your take on how much time it's going to take to actually do this. I know they have their own programming team, but it sounds very complicated. I wouldn't want to write any statements in this, so.
But, yeah, no, we haven't talked to the registrar's office yet, but, you know, obviously the data is all available and it's already collected, so it's a matter of exporting it to the website.
This is just a suggestion. If you want to make a stronger case, maybe add something here stating, you know, that so many schools that you found already do this. You know, because I don't know if you'll find it in the best program.
So that ends question and answer period. Is there a motion to extend Q&A? All right, seeing no motion on the floor to extend Q&A, take this back to your council and we'll do the vote on it next. We are now going to move on to agency reports. Are there any agencies that wish to take reports? All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to council announcements. I see the UTNSA has an announcement regarding their convention.
Hi, I'm Brianna Priaco, University of Texas Student Association. This time next week, we'll be sending 14 of our members to Irving, Texas for our 63rd annual Texas Community Nursing Association convention. That's going to be wonderful. It's really neat for the members that we're sending because they're going to get to interact with faculty from internship and residency programs all over the nation. And we'll also be debating healthcare policy and legislation. So we're excited for our members, and I know they're excited about it.
Are there any other council announcements?
Yeah, two things. Number one, tomorrow night is the annual Mr. McCombs pageant. So those of you who have been waiting for a beauty pageant, it's going to be in the SAC auditorium right here, and we have 10 gentlemen competing for that title. It's very entertaining, and admission is $3 for a green canned goods, so it's all going to the Capillary Food Bank, so definitely when you come to that. And then next Wednesday is our next PhD speaker with Manolo Sanchez, who's the CEO and president of the DPA Compass. That will be at UCC 1.102A. See you then.
Any other council announcements? All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to committee reports. Would Andy Andrew from Active Enrichment please come forward?
Hi guys, we just have a quick update. We currently have a study abroad scholarship available for students looking to study abroad this summer or fall 2012.
So right now you can find it on the Study Abroad Office Global Assist page. That's Assist 200 signs. And it's also on the it's on the Senate page under senate.org/. So you can find links to it there. And a good thing to know is that since it's open for summer and fall, we actually have 2 different links for applicants for summer and fall. They'll be pulled together and they'll be one scholarship awarded. It's a big prize of $1,000. But yeah, we're really excited. Please bring that out to your councils. We're going to get a lot of applications.
Yes, we look forward to seeing that. Deadline is March 25th.
What are the qualifications for this scholarship?
Anybody studying abroad with academic based memo or idea, someone who's studying abroad in accordance with 3 months.
Michelle Andrew from Board for Academic Integrity Committee.
Hey guys, we're going to make one more plug for Integrity TV because next time you see us, we'll be in the midst of it. So right now we have a couple of days still in the air, but please mark down February 20th and 24th if you haven't already, and we'll be emailing you within the next couple of days with more details about the event specifically. So we just ask that you please let your councils know, let everyone know. We have some really fun events coming your way.
Tabling all week, so you're drop by the table. We got really awesome T-shirts and other, free integrity
stuff without having a big giant board with Monaco on it, black sign, shows integrity on the campus, job matches, just year round. So, yeah.
And then one other thing is the Student Conduct Advisory Committee, this will be part of what we played about with the 3D2 week in the email, but they're hosting a case study for all the RAs and on-campus, and most of the competition is open to the public, but the finals are, and they'll be that Thursday, so I believe that's the 23rd of February, and it'll be right before this GA, which will be elections, so it'll be in San Jacinto, where yeah, so if you're interested, please go see that. We'd love the support. And then the second thing is the Student Conduct Advisory Committee is basically the student voice for SJS, and their applications are opening next Friday. So if that's what you're interested in, contact us, look at the website, and one thing, shout out to the Academic Integrity Committee because they're working super, super hard, and I feel like we're going to get recognized. Christina Mark from Recruitment and Retention.
Hey guys, so the first thing is our college readiness program, Ready, Set, Go, will be held Saturday, March 3rd, and that goes from about 10 to 3, and so we are looking for volunteers, so guys, so look out for an email from us with a Google Doc. We could use you guys being family heads, passing out food, and kind of just mingling with the parents. So yeah, look out for an email from us.
And clearly we're really good at planning events when there's other university events going on. So we know that's Explore UT, but Ready, Set, Go is where you should be volunteering. So on the second point is the Academic Improvement Scholarship. So kind of to piggyback after AE, we have a scholarship up and running as well. We are proud to offer 2 students this semester $500 who have significantly made strides to improve academic success. So to be eligible, you have to have made at least 2 semesters ago below a 275, and have since risen from that point. And so like what we're looking for in that application is what you have done to improve your GPA and what you've done to hope to maintain that in the future. So if you or anyone you know is in this situation, like it has this criteria and are willing and you are encouraged to apply. So that's the website, and we're going to be talking to you guys probably more about that. And then for all the councils that I've been in contact with for Along with School Bus, we're going to be having 2 schools coming on March 23rd, so it's going to be a hectic day of funness. So just be looking out for emails for that coming out for schedules. So thanks.
And the deadline for the scholarship is March 9th at 5 p.m.
From undergraduate research, look at they have a pretty robust update.
We have so many updates. We need
I have a robust presence too.
Okay, well, this is nice. So we start. We are engaging with legislative follow-up this semester strongly. We have contacted a few councils already, and we're doing it through this thing we like to call UROC, which is Undergraduate Research Outreach Concept. It's just a way, a protocol for us to reach out to all of you through the right legislative process in terms of follow-up. I personally met with a few of you, and you're going to see these beautiful faces throughout the semester as well, being with them to follow up on the research certificate program. I'll refer this to other people.
Okay, about the research certificate program, we started to have meetings with the college council, and we really appreciate feedback and your input, so that'd be great if you could respond. And we're going to have meetings with the libraries. They reached out to us, and we did the college reputation expressed interest as well, so we're really excited about that. We're also going to have meetings with the college administration standpoint.
Next thing, we want to invite all of you to be part of Research Week. That's going to be from April 16th to April 20th. If you want to host an event during Research Week, or you want to host a table during the Research Bazaar, which will be on Wednesday of that week, you have till February 22nd to register for that. And so,
the website is on the UGS page. If you click like undergraduate research and then Research Week, I believe it's like UTech study/UGS/research
Research Student Advisory Council. It's kind of our attempt to unite all the research organizations around UT. We had our second meeting last week. We're working on our third one in the future. And I guess right now we're just trying to focus on establishing RSAC for the future. So I'm going to be working on drafting a constitution for it next week. Kind of make sure the nerves. And then also, I was created an awesome Facebook page for it. And y'all should all check that out if you want to see what we're doing. There's nothing on it right now, but there will be in the future, I guarantee. It's a great logo.
And on that, we always welcome council input, so if you are interested in undergraduate issues, RSAC is working.
Yeah, the next meeting will be February 17th, and an agenda and information will be sent out tomorrow. Yes. All right. Spotlight.
So for the spotlight on spotlight on the undergraduate researcher of the month award this month, we are highlighting the College of Communication. So if you're in the top school, you're conducting research and you're interested, please submit a brief description of your research along with why participating in undergraduate research has enhanced your experience on campus. All submissions are due to Ryan by 5 p.m. Monday, February 20th.
Hey guys.
So really quick, Grant, sorry. It's due March 23rd by 5 p.m. If you have any questions, please email me. My email's on there. And then you can access the application and all the information at the site provided right there. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Alright, are there any other committee updates? Alright, seeing that, we're going to move on to ad hoc updates for right from the advising ad hoc.
Hey guys, so we're starting up the advising ad hoc again this semester, and we're really hoping we can get more council input this semester. We're focusing specifically on e-advising, so being able to go onto the Texas.edu website and access an advisor, ask for advice, things like that. There's not anyone in this room who hasn't done with an advisor. In theory, you don't go to school here. I really think one of you should have an opinion on this. We'd love to see you come out. The first meeting is Sunday, February 19th. Please come out. I know you guys have opinions on this and we'd love to talk about them. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to move on to university-wide appointments with Michael Morton from Information Technology Committee.
Hey y'all, I'm going to make this quick because we're playing a little bit. I'm since representative on the Information Technology Committee, which is the committee of faculty council as well as the IT governing parties here at the university. This year we've been working on different issues from laptop subscription. Right now, he has 15,000 laptops that are used by faculty and staff, and most of them are not encrypted. So information on there can be accessed in case it gets lost or stolen, so we're working on that. Other things Kendra mentioned earlier tonight, we're talking about the university mailbox service. We have an app mail that you have that edu address. I believe it will expire on Saturday. So if you haven't already made the switch to acutexas.edu through Gmail, please do so. We've already had about 50,000 students and alumni do that already. We've also talked about iTunes View, which is provides free content where professors can upload audio, video from their lectures and share it with the entire world. Different schools use it. It's been trying to implement it at UT, so that's something we've been working on. And then the last thing is something that I'm really passionate about, simply because I love capturing stuff live, is the media site lecture capturing. Right now, the College of Liberal Arts actually does capture some lectures simply with audio, but what our committee is looking at is expanding the lecture captioning to different major auditoriums at the university. It will give the professors the option to either record both audio or video, or if they're concerned about privacy, they can simply record the audio, and at any time they can stop the recording if there's something sensitive or they want to have more of a discussion that the students are not able to do that. So that's a really big thing that was happening. It'll be an interesting topic for us, and that's we meet once a month. So if you have any questions for me, please.
From the Ethics and Leadership Flag.
Hello again. So the Ethics and Leadership Flag Committee, basically it's comprised of about 20 members, and the majority are a faculty member from each college, each college has a faculty member, and then I'm the sole student representative. So
and basically their proposals are to have the courses, different courses flagged, and so the committee starts to review those and approve, evaluate those courses. And then as a student representative, I work to just promote not so much the committee, but the ethics and leadership line, so that'll definitely be a part of the team, learning more about those opportunities. So if anything, I encourage you to look into these flags. Some of the proposals we've seen have just been phenomenal. They're really interested in student interaction and dealing with ethics and leadership. So thank you, Leah. Are there any more university-wide appointment updates? All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to nominations for the 2012 to 2013 three elected positions, which, just to clarify, in our assembly is president, vice president, and financial director. I did want to run, so if you wish to make a nomination, please do so tonight, or that person will not be considered. So we're now going to open the floor to nominations for president.
I'd like to nominate Michael Morton for president of the Senate Public Library.
There's a second. Michael, do you accept this nomination? There's a second. Emily, do you accept this nomination? Are there any more nominations for the role of president? Seeing no more nominations, the floor is closed to nominations for the role of president, so no one else will be able to run for that role. We're now going to open the floor to nominations for vice president. Is there a second? Hannah, do you accept? Oh, is there a second? Andrew, do you accept this nomination? Are there any other nominations for the role of vice president? Seeing no more nominations, the role of vice president has been closed for nominations. We're now going to move on to financial director. Are there any nominations for the role of financial director?
I'd like to nominate Paula for financial director.
Is there a second? Paula, do you accept the nomination? Sorry. Yes. The floor is still open for nominations for financial director. Are there any more nominations for financial director? Is there a second? Kendra, do you accept? Are there any other nominations for financial director? Seeing none, the role of financial director is closed. So now at this time, the campaign period has officially begun. All three candidates will receive the election code via email this evening just to comply with our election code. So those are your nominees for president, vice president, and financial director. You should expect to hear from them very soon as the campaign season has begun for Senate. Just a reminder that no candidates are allowed to withdraw their nomination. They must run now. So if they do decide to withdraw, they must come up before the General Assembly and give a speech about how they don't wish to hold that position. So just a reminder, the nomination is binding and the floor is completely closed for nominations for those three positions. So we're now going to move on to open mic. Are there any open mic here? Yeah.
Okay. You guys heard Natalie talking about the email from Pat Club that came out about becoming a tobacco-free campus. The Teos Club for tonight in like 20 minutes is hosting a tobacco talk, so it's in partnership with UTSG. There's free food and drinks, and you can talk about it. If you're a smoker and you'd like to moan and whine and complain, or if you're an anti-smoker, you can argue with those people because they'll all be present, and there will probably be a lot of nicotine outside.
Okay, with that announcement, are there any other open mic announcements? Yes, Mark.
Just kind of show of hands, how many of you have heard of St. Baldrick's? Okay, cool. So basically, on March 31st, I, along with about 40 others so far, will be shaving our heads for pediatric cancer research. And it's been done through Dell's Children's Hospital, and it's just now being brought to UT campus. And so what I'm asking all of you, if you could go to stbaldricks.org, just type in my name, Mark Jones. Surprisingly, I'm the only Mark Jones on that website. It's my name. But if you could donate just at least $1, I mean, I would. It'd mean a lot, and it's for pediatric cancer research again, and it's a great cause. So thanks again.
I just want to say real quick, I would love to work with y'all on SR 1111. If you have any questions or want to meet up, my name is Hannah Tucker again. My email is in the agenda. Both of this is events and faculty affairs. So again, I will probably send out an email, but
Any other open mic announcements? Yes, Tim.
Hi everyone. I'm in this organization called Talking Horns, and they're doing spring recruitment. What we do is we volunteer at a local elementary school, and you act as a mentor for someone. And I do that this semester on Friday morning. So if you have time, just come out. It takes like literally an hour, but you have the option of impacting a kid's life. Like, I have a second grader named Jose. I tell everyone that because it's really cool. And he's been, he looks forward to seeing me every Friday, and it's just a really nice way to start off a day, any day of the week. So if you're interested, shoot me an email.